But there are still questions about whether police officers in El Cajon, California, could have done more to just de-escalate the situation with Alfred Olongo before opening fire on him earlier this week.
Now, the Denver Police Department has invested in a state-of-the-art simulator to give officers better training on how to de-escalate situations like that or when it's time to use a gun.
And the Now's Todd Walker had a chance to try it out.
Any questions at all about safety?
In a time when split-second decisions by police are being scrutinized more than ever, the Denver Police Department has rolled out a tool they hope will help their officers make those decisions better, especially when it comes to de-escalating a volatile situation.
This is not just about shoot situations, it's also about don't shoot situations.
It is a nearly 360-degree simulator. Denver is the first large department in the country to use the technology, which allows officers going through the training to give commands to hostage takers, active shooters, or even mental health patients to try and de-escalate the situation or decide when it's time to use their weapon.
By increasing the amount of experiential training, we hope to develop, and we will develop, critical thinkers who are better equipped to make split-second decisions in rapidly evolving situations.
To see how it works and how stressful these situations can be, Denver police let me give it a try.
You gotta help me!
The first scenario, a frantic woman says her husband is threatening their baby down the road. I have a gun, but the man isn't showing a weapon himself, but he is threatening the baby. The simulator lets me talk to the man.
You can trust me. Just put the baby down and let's talk about this.
My trainer has plenty of options for how to make the man respond to my commands, and after several minutes, the man finally does surrender. I never had to raise my gun.
When you start asking him questions, he has to have a dialogue with you, and it gets him out of where he's at, and it slows things down. So the more you did that, the better things got.
The next scenario is a school shooting. The simulator is designed so teams of officers can go through at once. By myself, I have to watch all around me for multiple shooters and then de-escalate another hostage situation.
You could put the gun off to the side and you could say, look, I'm not even pointing my gun at you. My gun's off to the side. Why don't you? And that's what you did. Why don't you do the same thing?
It's new training everyone hopes will make a difference. For the Now, I'm Todd Walker.
Wow, Todd, that's about as real as it gets. I mean, you're kind of thrown into like almost a 3D scenario. This thing is not like what I remember trying out 15, 20 years ago when you got one screen here. This had to be expensive. I mean, this is a state-of-the-art system.
Yeah, absolutely. It was about $300,000, maybe a little bit less. It was paid for by the Denver Police Foundation, which is the nonprofit that supports the Denver Police Department. So they didn't have to use any of their budget for it. They also got a grant from, I think, Wells Fargo, chipped in some money for that as well. So it's a valuable training tool that they didn't have to put down extra money for.
Right.
Also, with that look all the way around you, I mean, from our perspective here, it seemed pretty in the moment and real. How real was it?
It was incredibly real, and it's very stressful and easy to get tunnel vision. So you get an appreciation for what the police officers are going through when they're in those types of situations, because the trainer behind me had to go, hey, look behind you, when we were in that school shooting situation, because there was another person back over here that I didn't even know, because I'm focused on looking straight forward, and you've got a little bit of peripheral, but this is all around you.
And so often that's the view we get when we get videos that come to us of these shootings. We get kind of a one-dimensional look, just one angle, but you really got an experience for being in a situation where you could have someone coming up on you from behind. I mean, I think it's a valuable experience to have as a civilian, isn't it?
Absolutely, and they said that it's valuable for police officers to go through, but for the civilians, especially with all that's in the news right now, this is, if it's possible for someone to go through it, this would be great to get an understanding of what they really go through, those split-second decisions you have to make. Is this person a threat to me? Can I talk him down? Or do they have a weapon? The first simulation we went through was the guy with the baby on the bridge, and it turns out he did have a weapon. He didn't pull it out, and the trainer there has the ability to either escalate or de-escalate based on what you do. So if you make a wrong move, it's going to escalate again, and you can have a tragic outcome. But if you are making the right moves or calming them down, they can calm the situation down and eventually have a successful outcome as well.
Wow, and you had a chance to look at that. Do other police departments come in? And, I mean, as you said, it's an expensive thing, but do other police departments come in to see if it's something they want to be a part of?
Well, Denver is the first large department to use this. They've only had it for a couple of months, and they said only between 35 and 40 officers have gone through it so far. So, obviously, they're hoping to get more Denver police officers through there, and then other police departments may be looking at this to see, is this something we want to invest in? And it's certainly a valuable tool. I am absolutely untrained at this, but you get a real appreciation preparation for all the decisions they have to make, especially when they're running into such a hostile situation as a school shooting where they don't know how many people there are.
You did an awesome job, by the way. You did really well. It was nice to see that you had the wherewithal to talk your way through that. Thank you so much, Todd. It's great. We love you in the field. It's nice to have you home.
It's nice to be in the studio.
Nice to have you here, for sure. All right, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Todd.